Okay, we're going to have a demo for you today on a Brown & Sharpe MICROMASTER. This is a 10 by 30, currently wired for 440 volts. On this particular machine, it has the option for wrap it up and wrap it down, which I'll show you when I start it up. It also has an over-the-wheel dresser, and it also has a reversal stop here. Now, some machines don't have this at all, and you reverse the column with the lever here, throwing it forward or back to move the column forward or back. This takes it one step further, and you can adjust these stops here. So if you only had a piece on the chuck that was 3 or 4 inches wide, you could set this up so that when you do throw this lever, it's going just to go beyond your workpiece and then stop rather than going all the way to the end of the chuck. And that would be convenient if you had a second machine here that you were working and you just didn't want to have to waste a lot of time. So this machine has, I'm not sure what Brown & Sharpe would call it, but it's you can adjust where the saddle or the column is going to stop in your surface grind. So this machine also has fine feed dials for both the cross feed and the down feed. So if you were going to, matter of fact, this machine doesn't have automatic down feed, but it has hand down feed with a fine feed dial, and it also has that with the cross feed. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up now. Also, I want you to know this is a 14-inch grinding wheel on here. This is a real workhorse. This is a Walker magnetic chuck. This is a fine pole chuck with a Walker chuck controller mounted directly on the machine. All the hydraulics are inside the machine. On the side here we have a coolant system with a little giant sump pump that we're throwing in brand new, which is quite sufficient for very good coolant flow. All you got to do is connect your hoses up to this valve up here, and away you go. So all right, I'm going to turn it on now. So that's your grinding wheel. You have a up, and you have a down. And let's see. I'm going to start the table moving. There's your table. Now, also you have your rapid cross feed. Put the lever up or back, and the wheel goes back. Bring it forward, and the wheel goes forward. Now, if I had those stops set on the side there, it would stop once it came into contact with those micro switches, rather than going or having to rely on doing it yourself. There's also a truing speed, which the wheel moves at a very slow rate. If you had mounted a diamond dresser on the magnet here and wanted to dress your wheel, and again you reverse it the same way, you can make a little increment to go down. This machine here is actually equipped though with a over-the-wheel dresser that makes a cycle. When you pull this knob out, it comes across and goes back in on its own. In the back there's a dial or a knob or a valve control where you can actually obviously want to slow this down a little bit, but then you have your micrometer top on here, so each time you would be taking a little more material off of your part. And this part here is used to adjust the actual length of the stroke. Over here you can hook up a dust collector or a vacuum if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and see what it does when it's in the surface grinding mode. So here, you see we start to step across the magnet. The amount that steps is adjustable with this knob here. You can make that bigger or smaller. These are your sliding dogs. They adjust fairly easy. I want to go the other way now because I finished. So now we start to move back. This is a really nice machine, very quiet, original paint. I mean, we did touch it up in a few spots. Yes, we do have some splash guards that go in here, but we just took it out for the video. They'll be in the photos. This is a great machine, Brown & Sharpe MICROMASTER 10 by 30. Thank you very much.